going to repeat this chapter once again. States of matter. Understand? Okay. So the first line which you have read in your book, it is might be that anything which occupies space and has some volume is called as matter. Yes or not? Okay. So I made you understand. Once again, I'm telling you, if you see around you, like in front of you, you have your laptop, mobile phone, or any other object, whatever you see, okay, it is having some volume and it is occupying some space. See, I'm carrying my phone in my hand, so this mobile phone also occupying some space. Yes, so that means this mobile phone also can be called as one of the matter. See, I have one copy in my hand. This copy also occupying some space and it has some volume. Yes, so this copy also can be called as a matter. Okay, understand? Okay, now you see, if I show you this pencil, can you see this pencil in my hand? Okay, so this pencil is also a matter, but the material of the pencil is wood. Yes or not? Means this pencil is made up of wood. That means this pencil matter, but the material is wood. Right? Now, if you see this comb in my hand, see this comb. Can you see this comb? It is a matter. It is a matter, but the material is, say, what is the material of this comb? Yes, very good. Plastic. This is the material plastic. Now, if I turn my camera opposite side, you can see one bed. Yes. What is the material? What is the material of this bed? Yes, wood. Fantastic. Do you understand? So different matter are made up of different types of materials. It can be plastic, it can be wood, it can be paper, even it can be your metal. Yes or not? Okay. So different matter or the material, they are made up of tiny particles called as molecules. Yes. And the molecules and these molecules are arranged in a different way in different matter or materials, right? So generally we know there are three states of matter. These are solids, liquids, and gas. That you might, yes, solid, liquid, and gas. So there are three types of states of matter. Now in this solid, liquid, and gas, the arrangement of molecules are also different. Okay, understanding? Okay, so let me show you one uh, animation which I have made for you. You see this animation, then I will explain. So here you can see the liquid molecules with intermediate intermolecular space. Now you can see the gas molecules with large intermolecular space. Okay, and here you can see the solid molecules with almost no intermolecular space. So these are the molecular arrangement of different states of matter. Now see the second presentation. Okay, so these are the solid molecules with very less intermolecular space. Now if you heat it, the molecules are vibrating and turns into liquid molecules with large intermolecular space. Now if you heat it further, they vibrate to produce gas molecules with very large intermolecular space. That means temperature is a factor for vibration of molecules and increasing the intermolecular space. Understand from this video? Tell me, then I can explain you further. So in that video I have tried to show you that in case of solid, liquid, and gas, the molecules are arranged in a different way. In case of solids, the molecules are closely packed, okay, and there is almost no intermolecular space. Okay. Second, I tried to say you that in case of liquid, the intermolecular space is medium, not so large, not so small. And in third case, in case of gas, the intermolecular space is large. Okay. Now, if you think one example, like if I give the example of ice cube is a solid. Yes. Okay. Now, if you heat the ice cube, then as you have seen in the video that the molecules are vibrating, no? So here the molecules of ice cube will start vibrating. That vibration we will not be able to see. Okay. It is a scientific proof just. So they will vibrate and they will turns into liquid. So ice cube turns into liquid water. You have seen this. Yes. Then if you continue heating this water, they will be turned into water vapor. Yes or not? Yes. So that means heat or temperature is the factor for changing the state of matter from solid to liquid and liquid to gas. So some of you might be confused, sir, what are you talking about the intermolecular space? So let me show you in whiteboard. So one whiteboard will come on your screen. So there I will show you something. Yes, can you see this whiteboard? Please see. This red circle is one molecule. Have you understand? Can you see this whiteboard on your screen? Okay, so this red molecule is one of the red circle is the molecule. Second red molecule also, this is also one molecule. Okay, this is second circle. Now in between these two molecule, I'm drawing one blue line. Can you see this blue line? This is the intermolecular space. Okay. If I draw one more molecule here, then in between these two also, this blue line is the intermolecular space. So this intermolecular space is greater or maximum in case of gas. Okay. In case of gas, it is maximum. In case of liquid, this intermolecular space is medium here. Sorry, I have drawn with blue, it will be with red. Okay, these are the molecules of liquids. Okay, so intermolecular space decreasing. Now if I draw solids, then in between this we have to draw more molecules. Are you understanding me? So these are the examples by which you can understand what is the intermolecular space and their arrangement. Okay, clear? Okay, now let's come back to video. So please tell me, from this part of the arrangement of molecules, do you have any problem? No, no. Then next topic will be your mixing of solids and liquids like solution. Okay, next topic in your book it is might be. See the next topic in your book. What is the next topic? Mixing, no? Okay. So mixing means producing solution. Okay, I'm writing something on the whiteboard. Okay. So please see this what I'm writing. You also write in your copy. See, whiteboard appeared. Okay. So first I'm writing and explaining. Listen, there when you mix any two matter, it can be gas or solid or liquid, whatever it is, they produce a solution. How they are producing? See, suppose if you mix water, I'm writing water. Can you see? Water plus salt. Okay. So they will be producing salt solution. Okay, I'm writing salt solution. If you want to write, you write. I'm showing you. So they will be producing salt solution. Yes. So in this case, so I'm just removing this salt solution. In this case, what happens? This water is liquid, yes or not? And salt is solid. So here you are mixing solid with a liquid. Yes. If you take sand in place of salt, can you mix it? Can you mix it? Can you mix sand or soil with the water? That means sugar, salt, this kind of solids can be miscible in water and they can form the solution. Yes or not? This kind of mixture is called as miscible. I'm writing on your board. Please write miscible. Okay, spelling, you are always making mistake in this spelling. Miscible spelling is M-I-S. Can you see? C-I-B-L-E. Miscible means which can be mixed very easily. M-I-S-C-I-B-L-E. Miscible. Okay, and this is called as solution. Okay, that means a solution has two parts. Can you name the parts? A solution has two parts. The two parts are solvent. I'm writing on the board. Solvent plus solute. Okay. So here the solvent was water. You remember the last example? Solvent was water and the solute was salt. Yes. So please write in your copy solvent plus solute is equal to solution. I'm writing here spelling. Solution. Example is salt plus water. Solvent plus solute is equal to solution. Example I have given here. Water is the solvent and salt is the solute, and they two together makes salt solution. Written. Okay. Shall I go back? Okay. Now from this solution, do you have any question? Please ask. Those who are hearing me, please tell me, air is matter or not? If you do not respond, then how will I understand that you have understand my explanation or not? Please respond to me if you are hearing me. Sanchari, are you hearing me? Okay, tell me, air is matter or not? Yes. So how can you say that air is matter? How can you prove it? Hmm. Wait, wait. So Sanchari, can you hear me now? Hmm. Acha. One thing, let me tell you. So when I am explaining something to you now, right? If you have any doubt, I'm telling to all of you. I'm telling to all of you, those who are participating in the class. If you have any doubt in my explanation, if you have any question, then you can do one thing. Just click on the screen, okay? Then at the right hand side down corner, there will be three dots written more, okay? Have you seen the option? Right hand side down corner, written more. Okay, just click on it, okay? You will be seeing one raise hand option. Understand? Do not raise your hand right now, just see the option raise hand. So if you have any question, no, just go there in the more option and click raise hand, so I can see that you have some questions, then I can hear you. Okay. In this way we can talk in a proper way. Okay. So the question was, air is a matter or not? So you said yes, air is a matter. The proof will be when you inflate balloon, balloon expands. Yes. So this expansion proves that air occupies some space. Yes. So hence we can say that air is also a matter. So which matter it would be? Which kind of matter? Gaseous matter. Fantastic. And what will be the intermolecular space of air? Intermolecular space. Intermolecular space. Are you hearing me? I am telling what will be the intermolecular space. of gas molecules or air. It will be maximum, no? Okay. So one more thing you write in your copy. Increasing intermolecular space. Are you hearing me? Okay, write it. Okay, I'm also writing in this whiteboard. Just you also copy. Okay. Uh, Spelling. Don't make any mistake. Decreases. Decreases. Decreases intermolecular attraction. Very good. That means in case of gas, the intermolecular space is maximum. So the attraction will be minimum. Right? Yes. So what will be the opposite sentence of this? Decreased intermolecular space. Yes or not? Dec- Decreased intermolecular space increases intermolecular attraction. Yes. So in case of solid, it is applicable. No. In case of solid, it is applicable because in case of solid, the intermolecular space is minimum. So the attraction is maximum. So let me ask you again, once again. Name the factor which is responsible for this intermolecular vibration or attraction. Which factor? Very good. Temperature. Temperature is the factor which is responsible for decreasing the intermolecular attraction and increasing the intermolecular space. These two things you just keep it in mind: intermolecular space and intermolecular attraction. These 2 points you should not forget. Understand? Okay.
So I am ending my class here.